Welcome to the New York stream. All right. Just getting ready for the New York Open because we do have heavy news today. Core PPI, the retail sales, PPI, unemployment claims as well. All right. So there are quite a lot of news coming on later. All right. We'll see how it goes. Just give me a minute. Yeah, I'm setting up my camera.
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Hanging away, watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb or not? Let us die young, let's live forever. We don't have the power, but we'll never say never. Sitting in the sand, life is a short trip, the reason for the sad man.
All right. So welcome to our New York stream. All right. I'll be looking at gold to see if there's a possible entry that we can get. All right. At the moment, I'm looking at something like this and possible retracement back to this level. Right. I will want to take a sell according to what my analysis shows me. All right. All right, something like this, about 1 to 4 risk to reward. All right. Okay. So let's look back at the news. Yeah. We have core PPI, actual gradient and forecast look for currency. This is showing some weakness according to the forecast. The core retail sales, it's showing that it's good for the dollar. All right. PPI, it's remaining at the same level. All right. And then if we look at the retail sales, all right, retail sales, it's showing a very good sign at the moment as well. And then unemployment claims is just 1K above the previous. All right. We'll see what we can get out of it. All right. If there's some possible entries that we can get. All right. All right. So if everything is siding the US, then which means we will see a dump on gold. All right. We'll see how it goes. If there's a possible entry, then we will be taking it right before the news. All right. Let's just see how it goes first.
Sending spam.
Um, just give me a minute, yeah, because I think my Wi-Fi is causing me some issues at the moment. Okay, so like I've said, on gold, I'm basically waiting for this retracement back to the upside, and then entry, it's around this level here. All right, so that's what I'll be waiting for. Uh, Other than that, for the other pairs, we'll look at it after the news. All right, after the US news, then we'll look at other pairs to see if there's some possible entries. Do you guys have anything that you would like to ask before because there's only 5 more minutes, right, for the news, right? So what I'm doing is just basically I'm gonna wait out for 8:30, right, which means New York Open, and also we have the news incoming as well, right? And then after that, only then I will move on to other pairs, because basically today I did before the New York session, right, during the London time, I did actually go through the market on whatever that I'm interested on. Right, I did take a brief look at it, but nothing seems to be uh, interesting for me, right? So that's why I did not really look for trades to get in, right, on the other pairs. But right now for gold, because there's news coming, so I want to see where the news is going to push the market to, right? And then if it does push in a specific direction, and if there's a confirmation, right, then I will be taking the trade. All right. So we'll just see how it goes before we actually take any positions. All right. In about 2.5 more minutes, then we'll see the impact. All right. Let's just wait out a while. All right, welcome TikTok. All right, welcome TikTok. About 1.5 more minutes, then we will have the news for US. All right, so basically, I did go through a little bit. There's basically a kind of mixed data news, right? Which means there's certain news that is citing the US, and there's certain that is not citing the US, right? So we may be seeing two movements. All right, it might be going up first before it go down, right? Or it can just dump and then start to go up again, right? So we'll see how the market is going to react. There's about 50 more seconds, all right? I'm tempted to set a sell limit at this area here, right? But I think it's because of the news incoming, right? So I'd rather just choose to hold it out a while before I actually hop in, because gold is going to be definitely volatile. All right, so we'll see in about 30 more seconds. Right, so if I'm confident with what I'm seeing, then I will make a market order. All right, so I'm just standing by. All right, we'll just see how it goes. Right. So if we see the initial dump, which means the news are siding the US, right? So I was actually expecting, if you can see, I actually put out this as a market order, but I did not press the sell button yet, right? The price did not go up before the dump. Okay, let's take a look at the news. So we do have, this is good, this is good, this is bad for the US. But nonetheless, this one also is higher than the previous, right? The actual is higher than the previous. We have another two more. This is good for the US. Yep, and this is also higher than the previous, but it's not as the forecast. All right, so we do see data which is citing the US. So we do see this dump, right? We basically, there's no chance that you can actually get out of this trade if you're just waiting for the data to be released, right? So for this, basically, I will just wait out first for gold, all right? Because if you look at my 15-minute, I do see the flow of this structure that is moving towards the downside, right? We do see a rejection here, right? A tap in on this 618 and 786 level, right? And then it rejected. So basically what I'm doing is I'm looking for a sell, right, at this level, right? This level has been broken, has been taken out, right? It did a very slow movement downwards, taken out, and then I have my fib and I have my level at this entry at this level here, right? But the price did not go up at all, right? From about here, right? There's about 68 pips to go. It did not even give us that opportunity. So we'll just wait out and see how this is going to react. If it's going to come back again to the zone, then we'll see if there's a possibility for us to take a trade. All right. So basically, gold for now there won't be any possible entries. All right. So I'll hop on to AUD and ZACD. All right. So basically, AUD and ZACD, I was looking for a buy, right? But it's quite early in the morning, so I did not actually try and get the trade out of this, right? Even so, if we actually took it, we only got it about halfway, right? About a 10 pip. Even though we see so much candle, right? It's only about 10 pips. So basically, AUD and ZACD, if we look at the top here, right, from this range all the way down, it's only about 30 pips. A huge movement, but only 30 pips, right? And this risk to reward is not something that I'm looking for. So hence, I'm not taking the trade. So I'll just wait out to see how this pair is going to play out. Okay, but if there's a possibility, then I'll be hopping in. All right, GBP and ZACD. I'll be looking for sells, right? There's one movement here already. This one would be, just let me check. Okay, let's just see what's the risk to reward. Basically, this one has already tapped in and left already. Alright, but we'll just see how this is gonna be. About 25 pip stop, and you have about 49 pip, is about 1 to 2, right? Even though like this, so you can take it, but I'm not going to try and risk it, right? So I will just keep this as it is for now. I'll look for a much more better possible trade before I actually get in. So AUD USD, basically I won't be hopping in, right? Reason is because it has this multiple breaks above the zone, right? Broken, came back, broken again, came back and broken again, right? And then it just respected at this level. So for AUD and ZD, AUD USD, I'll be avoiding this pair. For now, I want to see either the market is going to break to the upside or the downside. Then I'll look for a newer range before I hop in. All right, GBP USD, we do have a change in the market structure. Right, these two levels here are respecting. If you guys can see, respected. All right, only the wick, and when it comes to here, it actually broke above. Right, so if it broke above, then we are looking for a newer range to actually take a buy. We also can see price has tested the 0.5, which means that this is our confirmed high, and we are looking at about this zone here. All right, so anything, if the price is going to tap in at this level, then that's where I'll be looking for a buy for GBP USD. All right, Euro JPY is still not tapping to the downside this zone here. I will still wait for it to tap. Euro AUD, I'm still gonna wait for it to break towards the upside first. Right? If it's gonna break towards the upside, then we'll be having a new range to actually buy. If it's gonna dump, then we will have a newer range for us to continue the sell momentum. Because if you look at the 50-minute, it has been going up, right? And then at this point, it just started to dump, right? It dumped all the way down, right? Range until today. And if this is going to dump further, then we will have a newer range before we actually hop in. Okay, CHF JPY, I did not take this trade. So I'll just remove this, right? Because we have, like I've said, we have multiple breaks here as well, right? So I won't be risking my account in this way. All right. NZD JPY. We do see this is also respecting it. It's not broken yet. So basically the whole zone here, it's our demand area. Right, so we'll just be waiting for price when it taps in. The moment it taps in, we can look for buy for NZD JPY. Alright, so AUD JPY would be different right now. Just give me a moment. Right, so basically AUD JPY, we are waiting for it to dump. Right, currently it's ranging at this level here. Right, at this level. So wait for it to dump further, then we can determine our newest low. For the time being, we can see it's at this level here. But we need to dump further before we actually can confirm it. Alright. AUD CHF, we do have a break towards the upside. So at the moment, I'll be assuming that this is my high. Alright. A very big range here, but we'll still have to wait for it to tap into the below 50 here. Alright. Euro USD will be on the hour 4. So like I said, Euro USD since Monday basically, we are waiting for it to tap to this level down here. Right, as of today, it's still not being tapped. It retraced on Tuesday, Wednesday, it continued the momentum moving upwards, and then today it started to dump again. Even with the news just now, it wasn't really helping much, right? But we'll wait for this to dump to this demand, then we will start buying at the demand area. Alright, as for GBP JPY would be the same as well. We need this demand to be tapped in on the hour 4. Alright, so GBP CAD on the hour 4, it barely tapped right yesterday. We was waiting for this to break above here. It did not, it rejected. Right, and currently we are still going to be waiting at this level here as well. Right, we are still waiting at this level to be broken because I don't have a new lower low here. This is a low and this is a higher low at the moment. Right, so I don't have a new lower low, which means I still can use this as my high for it to break. The moment it breaks this high here, then we will wait for retracement before we start buying. Right. Moving on, GBP AUD. It did not come back to our supply. We'll see if this level here is going to push it up again. If it does, then we will wait for the supply and then we will start shorting it again. Right, USD CAD is the same thing. We are waiting for the supply. NZD USD basically is something that is we will have to wait for quite some time. Just give me a moment. My Wi-Fi at the moment is crashing, so let's look at USD JPY on the 15th. Right, it did not give us the opportunity here to take a buy. If it does, if it comes back, then we will take a buy at this level and then we will start pumping it higher again. Alright, okay, NZD USD on the hour 4, basically we'll wait for this to break the upside or the downside before we continue the momentum. And finally, CAD JPY on my 15th. Right, I was waiting for a sell, but it did not give me this change here. Alright, so this is not something that I'll be using. Well, I'll be looking higher. Right now, the price has already continued making this range at this zone here, right? So the possibility for this to dump is very unlikely, right? We'll see if this is going to break towards the upside. If it does, then we will continue with the buy momentum, right? And if it's going to break below, then we will look for a sell. All right. Okay, so I think these are the pairs that I'm currently looking at. All right, other than AUD and ZD. Right, so like I said just now, GBP and ZD, it did not give us the opportunity, right? It already rejected at this level just now. Right, so if you look back at the 1 minute, we can see this happened at about 8:32. Right, it did not even retrace it again before for us before it gives us this dump. So I will be removing this as I'm not going to be getting into this trade, right? And I'm going to be looking back at gold. Okay, right now we do see this retracing. If this is going to retrace back to this sell level here, then I will consider be taking this trade, because right now, if this is going to just dump, it will definitely just dump all the way down, right? It will not retrace, because if we look at this week here, it means if you look at the 1 minute, right, price has already broken below, right? It currently is retracing towards the upside, right? Which means we have this momentum on the 1 minute. It's showing that the market is going up, right? We do see this level broken, this high, this high, this high as well, right? Even this high as well has been broken, right? So we might see this continue rising. And on the 1 minute, I will use an entry based on the 1 minute later if I'm going to take this trade. Okay, I will wait for some sort of confirmation here before I start dumping it. Alright, but I will be looking at the 15. I will want to see the price tapping this level first, right, before I start looking for shorts. If you guys have any questions to ask, feel free to just comment something on the chat box, alright? So basically, other pairs that I won't be looking at as uh, like this CHF pairs, right? The spread are quite huge. So I won't be looking at these pairs at the moment. Alright. I'll try and look at gold more for now. Because I do see a potential that this price will retrace back to this level here before it start dumping. Just give me a moment. There's some technical issue currently. All right.
That the fire's gonna burn. Would you walk in? Would you let me do it first? Do it all in the name of love. Would you let me? Do you even when you're blind? In the darkness, in the middle of the night, the silence, with a flow inside. Don't know.
All right. I'm just gonna set a sell limit at this level first, right? Because I don't want to try and just miss out of it. All right. So a signal has been released. Right. I have a sell limit now being placed. All right. But if this is going to continue dumping and break this low here, all right. If it's going to break this low, then I will be canceling my order. All right. If it's going to take out this low, then I'm going to cancel my order. Right. You guys have any question, please feel free to type into the chat box here. Basically, right now I have sell limit and I'm just waiting for the order to be triggered. Or if it's going to break below, then I will cancel my order. All right. Right, if this is going to break below, then I will cancel my order. Yeah. Okay, we do see this breaking, right? Even the shadow to me is a sweep below of this, yeah. So I will cancel my order and I will just wait for another possible entry. It's not giving us the opportunity. It's already done by 90 pips already. It's not giving us a chance. I'm looking currently at CHF JPY. So basically, I'm looking at CHF JPY. I already have a buy limit place. Right. I'm taking a little bit of risk here, so feel free to hop in if you would like. But make sure you don't risk too much from your account. Yeah. This is bad. This is bad. It tapped in here, right? But with the spread, it did not take my order yet. If you can see this buy limit still here, right? It's not. It did not take my order yet. And I'm actually looking at my account, my live account. Right? It's not. It's still a buy limit. It's not triggered due to the spread. So we'll just see if this will be triggered, right? If it does, then it's good for us. If it's not, then if it's just going to start pumping, and then we'll just have to cancel this order again. All right. Why is CHF JPY so bad to us? Look at this here. It just tapped in, but it did not take our order. And it's already pumping. It's going higher at the moment. It is like if you look at the 1 minute, right, it just tapped in at this level, right? It did a tap in here, right? But it did not take our order due to the spread. Because if you know, just let me do it this way, it will be easier for you guys to see. Um, just give me a minute. Right, this one here. Right, you see these two lines here. There's one blue and one red on the top, right? If you see this blue dotted line, this is the bidding price. This top dotted, the above one, the dotted red lines, it's the ask price, right? So if you're going to buy, it needs to trigger this one here. If you're selling, it needs to trigger the blue dotted lines. So that's the difference. That's why we have the spread there, right? And for now, I don't think I see a possible entry unless this is going to retrace back and then start pumping again, right? That could be a possibility. But I'm just going to hold it out and see how it goes. But if it's going to just start to pump higher, then I will have to cancel my order because there's no point for me to hold when I know that the price is pumping and it's not going to return. Right? Then what's the point for me holding that? Right? With this one here, if we entered a market entry, a market order, we have gotten about 15 pips already, right? And it's a 1-to-1 already, right? So it did not give us that possibility. It did not give us that chance. So we'll just see how it goes. If it hits and ride up, then it will be good for us. Otherwise, then it's not going to be good. If you can see, this spread is quite huge, about a 2 pip spread. About a 2 pip spread. Let's see if this is going to tap in again. All right. Right, new 15-minute candle open. It might be triggered. Yep, and order has been taken. Right, let's just see how this is gonna go. Alright, so I'll be ending my live soon. Alright, so if you guys are in this trade, make sure you manage your trade wisely. Alright, and I'll update you guys on this trade if you are in with me. Right, so please do feel free to hop into my channel. Alright, I will be updating when I'm taking partials, when am I gonna put my SL to break even. Alright, and stay with me if you are with me on this trade. Alright, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? Also live for the New York session. Alright, and hopefully, tomorrow if there's a better chance, then we can manage to end the week beautifully. Alright, so thank you guys for joining my live.